Published 11:15 EDT, the 19th of September 2017. Updated 11:59 EDT, the 19th of September 2017. Rio Ferdinand insists he is not treating his sensational attempts to become a professional boxer as a circus and claims he is ready to test himself with the ultimate aim of challenging for a title. The former Manchester United and England captain retired from football in 2015 but will now try his hand at boxing as part of a series sponsored by bookmakers Betfair. Ferdinand has spent the summer getting into peak condition, but the former centre-back turned TV pundit accepts he will need to take his new venture seriously if he is to be accepted back into the household. Former Manchester United defender Rio Ferdinand is set to become a professional boxer. The former England international has signed up to Betfair's Defender to Contender Challenge. Ferdinand made his name as a Premier League footballer, but he will be taking on a new sport. Ferdinand said at Tuesday's press conference, "I've had my chin tested by a few size 10 football boots, but a boxing glove will be a bit different. My kids just said, 'Dad, don't get knocked out.' I've got to maintain that respect when I walk through the front door, so I'll be doing everything I can to make sure why don't I've not going into this without thinking about the dangers. I don't look at this as a circus. I've got the utmost respect for boxing and I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm taking it seriously." The British Boxing Board of Control revealed earlier on Tuesday that the former professional footballer is yet to go through the necessary procedural steps in order to apply for a license. Since ending his illustrious football career, Ferdinand is irregular on TV screens as a pundit. Ferdinand was in good spirits as he spoke at York Hall following his shock announcement. Richie Woodhall, Ferdinand and Meldine posed for photographers on Tuesday afternoon. Ferdinand is closing in on his 39th birthday, but the 2008 Champions League winner has frequently posted social media clips of him in boxing training, and the return to elite competition will help him with personal issues away from sport. Ferdinand continued, "I've been through quite a few things in my life and this is a way of trying to channel that aggression, that anger sometimes, into something I can be really focused on. It was mainly about testing myself. Throughout my career I've got used to competition and I've fueled myself on it. I've probably been searching for that since I retired. I miss that competitive edge. It's something for me to focus on after the last couple of years. I've got the utmost respect for the boxing fraternity and I'm not coming in here saying I'm going to be a world champion." The British Board of Boxing Control would need to grant Ferdinand a license for him to fight. Ferdinand held a press conference in East London this afternoon to discuss his new venture. Ferdinand will be trained by former WBC super middleweight champion Richie Woodhall. "I'm coming here saying there are loads of hurdles to get over and I'm going to meet them head on. I'm an armchair boxing fan anyway, sitting there saying I can do that. Why is he not throwing a left? Why is he not throwing a right?" The 38-year-old, who ended his playing career at QPR after almost 2 decades in the Premier League, has agreed to take on Betfair's Defender to Contender Challenge. Ferdinand will train under former WBC super middleweight champion Richie Woodhall and compete in a series of fights with a view to qualifying for his British Boxing Board of Control license before competing for a title belt. His love of boxing is apparent on social media, with a picture of the former defender's Twitter profile showing him draped in the WBA, IBF and EBO heavyweight title belts of his friend Anthony Joshua. But the former England international has stressed he does not wish to be viewed as disrespecting the sport, having sought advice from professionals within the game before taking a final decision. Ferdinand is an avid boxing fan and has some experience of the training that he will encounter. The 38-year-old arrives ahead of the press conference dressed smartly to talk about his move. Journalists of both the boxing and football community assembled at York Hall on Tuesday. Ferdinand is expected to slot into the cruiserweight division, one below heavyweight. Ferdinand added, "Physically and mentally, I'm going to go to places I've never been, but I want to meet the challenges head-on. I haven't done any boxing, but we used to sort out our problems on the estate with a pair of old Henry Cooper-type brown gloves on the banks of my estate. There would be one of us reffing and two of us going at it, but I wouldn't say technique was at the forefront of our minds at the time. I've spoken to professionals in the game. I'm not disrespecting this sport. I know that there will be moments where I ask myself, am I doing the right thing, but that's part of the test.